All right, welcome to a new video. So we are in December now, and I don't know what it is. I guess this is across the board with many businesses, but especially real estate. Everyone pretty much decides to call it a year. There's so many people that are on vacations, doing the holiday stuff. They're like, wait till next year, yada, yada. So like typically this is a slower time. But on the other hand, if people are motivated and need to sell their house in December, there's definitely motivation, right? So like there's definitely a reason, because not many people would choose voluntarily to want to go through that during the holidays. So it's catch-22, but all in all, things have been slow, honestly, probably the past like 2 months. But we're trying to make do with what we have. We're trying to, stay pedal to the metal and keep pushing. We actually did get that property locked up that I showed you guys last week. What I'm talking about is the one over here in DeLand. Actually, I came and met with the people that inherited the property. There's about 3 of them, the family members, and I met with them and they ended up deciding to go with me. So it needs a lot of work. It's actually fenced off right now, so I'm not gonna get into it. I don't have keys yet, but we did lock it up for $152,000. So there's a detached garage, there's the main building. Here's the funny thing about this property though. It actually is a multifamily property. So if you can see right here, like that little side unit is it's a completely extra unit in and of itself. So it's zoned for, R4, which is 4 units here. And so this side is 1 unit and this side is like the main building. So they pretty much, can have, and you can consider it a multifamily property, which is definitely helpful. So anyways, I'm probably gonna end up trying to wholesale it because it's a huge flip. So this whole right side, which is the addition, needs to be completely repaired. And then the main house needs pretty much everything too. So I'm guessing probably 75K in rehab that'll be needed. Got it locked up at 152,329. I think ARV would probably be, lower 300s. This one right here sold for $300,000 a couple months ago, so that's a good comp. But yeah, the family's super nice. They're up north and they don't want to deal with it anymore. So yeah, I'll probably be able to get it off their hands. If not, I'll buy it, but I think I have a couple guys that'll be willing to buy it right now. I just have those other flips that I'm working on that I just want to make sure I get taken care of before the end of the year. And I don't know if I want to take on another huge project like that. Also just got in my car because there's about 3 homeless guys walking my way that seem like they want to ask me a couple questions. So anywho, if that's any indication of the area we're in, but that's where the deals are, man. That's where the deals are. All right, so I am back at the Port Orange property that I have, the half duplex. So this is the one that we bought. It's been 2 weeks now. And this is what we're working with. So flooring is in. The kitchen hasn't really changed much. All the drywall is in, so like all this was repaired drywall wise. Come back through here. The bathrooms are pretty much done. So behind here, if you can kind of see, all that's done. Come through back here. All the drywall, once again, this shower is done as well. Bath is pretty much basically done. My goal was to be completely done with this in 3 weeks. It's probably gonna take a little bit longer than that. And then another thing that came up was this flooring. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see and tell. This isn't the normal flooring we use, to be honest with you. Here's the situation. All right, so this flooring right here is not what we normally use. The one that we normally use was out of stock and it was gonna take a while. So my project manager called me. He's like, hey, the one we normally use isn't there. It's not available. How about this one? It's similar. I was looking at it on my phone and honestly, I was like, you know what? That's completely fine. Let's just go for it. If it's there and it's available, that's fine. So we bought it. Looks nothing like what I expected it to look like. As a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. I really don't like it that much, but it is what it is. That's kind of the situation we're in. I'm not liking like this dark brown streak that's going through it. I'd like more like congruency, but whatever. So it is what it is at this point. It's not awful, but when I first saw it, I was kind of shell shocked. I was like, this is terrible. But now that it's like fully in, it's not the worst thing I've seen. So, it could be worse. Am I gonna use it again? No. Am I gonna stick to our normal stuff? Yes. But, it's done now. And it is what it is. So that was that situation. Other than that, the last thing we're waiting on is to finish that up. And then when you come back out here, This is the back patio room that we need to enclose that wall for. So once we enclose that wall, that'll be pretty much the last thing that we need to do. So here's the back. We're going to, once again, turn this wall into exactly what went on here. So put a door, put a window, door, window right here, so that we can technically make it another room. So that has been the progress for the 2 weeks that we've owned this property. It's coming along quickly. I'm hoping we'll have it done here, ready to rock and roll. Today is, what is today? Today is December 9th. I am hoping that we can have everything ready to rock and roll and listed and all ready to go. Technically probably in like a week or two, but I may just wait till the new year to list it, you know, post holidays, that sort of thing. But I don't know, man. The flooring, not my favorite, but it is what it is. So that is the update right now with what we have going on. The good news about this place, we did have, so we put the fan in here, there was nothing up there prior. I was really hoping that we could keep this whole project under like $27,000, $28,000, which I'm thinking it's gonna be right around there. So the goal was under 30, and I think we will be able to keep it under 30. So bought it for 124, keep it under 30. Hopefully it will sell in those lower twos. So that's the plan here, not bad. Pretty basic flip. Beginning of December, it better be done, it better be listed prior to, well, beginning of the new year. So that's the goal, that's the update on this Port Orange house. Okay, so I am at the house that we are wholesaling. Oh God. And I'm coming to check it out. So we are finally able to sell this property. So we should have it sold. The buyer's coming to check it out today. We've already signed a contract. He's gonna come see it, make sure everything's good. Then he's gonna send his money. He'll be closing on it in like 2 weeks. But yeah, I don't think I ever showed you guys the inside. So I'll start back over from the beginning. When you come in, this is the first thing you see. So this is the main unit, let's call it. Here's the kitchen, super extended. Come over here, there's a bath. Come over this way, you got one room, decent size. And then back over here is another room. Got some minor issues, but that's besides the point. So that's the one main unit, let's call it. So kitchen, I'm walking through this back door over here. And then I'm coming into another unit that is attached on the back. So come into this bad boy and you got a lot of work we gotta do. Back over in this corner of the house, you have the other unit. So here's a closet. Over here is a bathroom. Here's the bathroom, which is just absolutely disgusting. Look at that ceiling. Good Lord. Toilet. Yeah, I mean, this is just terrible. So, I mean, yeah, in regards to this back addition, it needs some work, to put it mildly. Oh my God, like look at the kitchen. Look at this. If you guys could smell this, you'd freaking throw up. I mean, this is insane. So here's the issue. This back unit is obviously all frame. It's an addition, so it has not withstood the storm, to put it mildly. The main unit's fine, like that was the main house, then this was all just added after the fact. So hasn't done a good job of, you know, withstanding the storm, and the person didn't take care of that part very well. The main unit isn't bad. Come out to the front that I kind of showed you guys. That's the entrance to the other unit that I kind of just showed you. So there's two. Main house, other unit. Main house, other unit. This kind of wraps around. But if I come back over here and come through this forest that hasn't been completely trimmed, you see back over here, that is a detached garage. So the garage is another building on this lot that is about half an acre. So here's the main building. Bunch of junk. Look at that roof. Holy heck. Roof looks terrible. Gotta open this bad boy up. Yikes. And in here we got some leftover goodies. So Blue Angels jacket. I mean, that's freaking sick. Blue Angels are sweet. We got some good old scuba gear right here. Ron John Surf Shop hat. Just a bunch of random stuff. He doesn't really, obviously, they don't want it. The guy passed away. There's the main house. Here's the garage. So the 3 people that inherited it, sold it to me, and I was gonna take it down, honestly, that was the plan. It just needs so much work, my goodness gracious. And then also, not to mention, we got a flipping RV camper in the back, which is always fun. That I would just have to get rid of. This thing needs 100 G's worth of work if we're being real. And I don't want to take on more big projects like that right now. I'd rather just get some cash in. So what I'm doing is I'm assigning it to a buddy of mine. I feel like I always say buddy of mine, even though sometimes these are people I've just met for the first time. Let's see, I got it locked up at 152,329. He is going to be buying it for 168. So, you know, almost $16,000 little assignment fee there. Not a huge one, but I really just wanted to get rid of the property, I'll be honest with you. Help the family out. They live up north, they don't want to deal with it, and get rid of the property. So that's the biggest thing. You know, obviously make sure everything goes smoothly. But yeah, that is the plan with this house. I mean, honestly, if we're being real, the main area here is not bad. I mean, this, yes, all this needs updates, but it's this area. This is the area that I'd be concerned with. I mean, you're gonna have to like redo everything back here. So that's kind of like what we're working with. My average wholesale fees have been a lot less lately. I mean, it's a slow time in the market, I'm not gonna lie to you. In Florida, it really has been a slow time in the market, so it's hard to move stuff. I'm optimizing for cash right now. I don't wanna acquire a bunch more flips and then be sitting on properties that I'm holding, just having cash outlaid. Stuff's taking a while to sell. It's just taking a while to make money, honestly. So we call that like the cash conversion cycle, from like when you outlay cash to when you get cash back. Flipping here in Florida as of recent has, it's been quite some time. So wholesaling is quicker, which is why I'm trying to just make a quick buck. This guy will be able to make money on this for sure. It's zone multifamily, and you know, not a bad property, has a lot of potential. And then all will be well, you know, put some more money back in, get some more deals, keep growing, so on and so forth. So this one's in DeLand. So let me share with you some lessons to always remember if you're buying houses and flipping them in general, especially in like these slow months. So you guys remember this house? Yeah, the one I have in Leesburg. Well, it's been sitting on the market for like 45, 50 days, which is not super abnormal. If you're in like the slow market, you know, so Q4, kind of like the holiday seasons and stuff like that, and you're trying to sell houses, first off, you gotta have probably some really good product, and you need to expect it to sit on the market for a little bit longer. My issue is, and what I did, and I made a mistake of, is I ended up trying to sell this house. It was a little bit too late. I listed it in like October, which is when things start slowing down, right? And it's the one I've showed you guys before. It's not in the best condition. So like it's more of an as-is kind of sale. It needs a little bit of work. This is what we call a wholesale. So you buy it, fix up a few things, like put the roof and put the AC on, and then sell it as is. But this bad boy has not been getting any action at all. So there's a couple things, like looking back on it, like hindsight 2020, what I probably should have done is I probably should have just gone and renovated the whole thing and just had a better product so that it would be completely done. Because if I would have flipped it and gone all the way flipping it, I at least could have a good product so I know that, okay, cool, it's not the house, it's not the condition. If it sat a little bit longer, awesome, but I also could have refied out and then, you know, kind of made it a rental. So now I'm having this holding cost. I have a lot of my own money in this property still because it was one of the first ones that I bought when I started my new company. I didn't want to put a ton of money into it when I was first getting started, but now I look back and I wish I would have just gone ahead and flipped it. Now I have too many other projects, so I don't want to kind of come back and do the whole flip. I'd rather just kind of sell it as is. If I don't, what I'll end up doing is probably just redoing the floors, maybe redoing the bathrooms and the kitchen a little bit, and then making it a rental. So maybe put another $10,000 into it, refinance, get my money out, and then make it a rental. That's an option if it doesn't sell within like the next 2 months. But that's been a big learning lesson for me. So if you are flipping houses, you gotta remember like Q4 is when things start to slow down a little bit. Market's been a little bit weird. And I just wish that I would have tried to get this thing on the market a little bit faster and probably made it a little bit nicer, honestly. It would have probably already been sold by now. So that's just a lesson to learn. It's a reminder that there's different timelines, different seasons in the house flipping game. I have realized that in this business, the best way and the biggest thing I'm gonna focus on going into 2025, so this is just like a precursor, I'll probably talk about more later, but it is referrals, bar none. referrals from realtors, other wholesalers, people in the area, like whatever the case may be. But referrals is what I'm going to spend a vast majority of my time and effort focusing on going into 2025 and there on after, because it is like the only thing that will ever like compound in this business. Because a lot of, marketing is input, direct output, it's like a one-time kind of thing. There's no compounding, like nothing like relationships. And this house is just another example of that. So this one was sent to me from a friend of mine who's a realtor. She has this lady that got this house and she lives up north once again and doesn't want to deal with it. It was like some family issue or something like that. I don't know exactly, but it needs everything. Can't get inside right now, but you can see, yeah, it's down to the studs. This is one of those situations where the purchase price will probably be less than like how much is needed to do rehab for the house. Like, yeah, looking at it again, let's see. Oh my God, it needs everything. There's not a ton to see there, but obviously it's gonna need, I'm guessing, even with like our discounts and stuff like that, probably anywhere from like $80,000 to $100,000 worth of work. And it is in a decent area, but numbers wise, the realtor said, obviously they don't want to deal with it. It's up north. I'm guessing I'm probably have to buy it like under $130,000, put like another 100 into it, and then sell it for, low 300s. Huge project. Those are the type of projects that I literally said I don't want anything to do with right now. But the thing is like when something comes like this, like I do want to build those referral networks. I do want to work with realtors moving into 2025. I'm thinking that if I can get this, at a price to where like obviously it makes enough sense, even if God forbid something happens to where it's like the spread's worth it, then yeah, I'm fine with that. But these big projects, so many things can go wrong with, especially in like a changing market and stuff like that. But I think that even like the end product, like the sale price of this would be fine. But the whole point of this is to say it came from a referral. Like this isn't a lead I would have gotten. No marketing would have gotten this lead. Like it came from a referral because she knew the lady. So like it's just every year I tell myself like, hey, like these are the best deals, referrals, working with people. And then if I do a good job, like, which is like what I pride myself on, it's like doing a good job when they are referred, like that's where things compound, because there's so many clowns in this business. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's so many clowns. And if you just do a good job, if you you actually buy the house from people that refer it to you and, fix it up, list it with them, things like that. Like a lot of people aren't doing that. There's so many like people that just wholesale, so many people that can't close or do what they say. So it's like, if you just do what you say you're gonna do, build a good brand in the community, I think that that's like the 5-year play, to have the business on quote unquote autopilot and just bring in, a good amount of money each year is just like doing good work and doing what you say you're going to do. Am I going to be the highest offer? Hell no. But she knows, I've done a deal with her before. She knows that I'm legit and I do what I'm saying I'm going to do. So I'm really hoping I can get this property. This is another one I'm looking at today. But yeah, December's been slow, man. And that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for checking in. We have 2024 coming to an end. We're making plans for next year. I'm excited. I'm excited for next year. I think that there's going to be a lot of good things happening. I got some major plans, growing arena, a couple other things that I'm going to, stay disciplined with. I want next year to be a lot of focus. So I'm excited for it. I think there's a lot of good things that'll happen. And yeah, I'll take you guys along with me. It's a documentation of it all, so good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, it could all blow up and come crashing down, who knows. But appreciate you. Catch you next one.